This topic of al-intikasa or spiritual relapsing is of the essence to discuss. What are some of the causes of these major and minor relapses in our lives? One of these major causes is personality-driven Iman. What I mean by personality-driven Iman is Iman that is connected to personalities, to representatives, as opposed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. Therefore, when this person is the subject to a fake or a real scandal, many people's Iman drop with it accordingly because their Iman was focused on the wrong thing. We need to be reminded from time to time that Islam is not the Shaykh, Islam is not the Qari, Islam is not the Muslim politician. This person is not safeguarded, but the religion of Islam is. A second item very quickly, the following of erroneous opinions. Funnily enough, this is also a cause of relapse in Iman. Someone who approaches their religion not with ibadah, surrendering to Allah in mind or looking for what pleases Him, but looking for what is most convenient. That mentality can cause frailty in Iman and the removal of the greatness of Allah Almighty in your heart. So free mixing is a problem for some brothers. They don't want to not free mix, so they manage to find some erroneous opinion that goes against consensus or may go against the vast majority of scholars in an aspect of discussion, and they say, but Sheikh so-and-so said. And hijab, the ummah is agreed that the hijab is an obligation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then you manage to find this TEDx speaker or this religious representative who says that hijab is actually an Arab backward custom. You hold on to it. Why? Well, this sheikh said. So do you see why this person now, with the passage of time, he's choosing convenience over surrendering, and therefore the glorification of Allah begins to diminish in his or her heart until there's nothing left of their Islam. Number 3, lingering ties with sins is an eventual cause for a relapse sooner or later. Sins are causes for the diminishing of the light of Iman. And the longer that sin lingers, the more likely that their relapse is going to happen. Reaching perfection is unlikely, but working towards perfection is an obligation. 4th, arrogance. Arrogance is a major veil from the heart and the reality of Iman. Irrespective of how much this person may have learned or how eloquent they may speak or how much content they have, if there is an atom's weight of arrogance in their heart, a similar amount of Iman will be taken away from them. Lastly, 5th and final milestone I will share with you from the many is not valuing the blessing of istiqamah and hidayah, not valuing the gift of being a practicing Muslim who has no doubts in his or her heart. That's why when they asked Shaykh Ibn Baz rahimahullah ta'ala famously about a person who had relapsed, why did he relapse? Shaykh, what do you think? And he said, maybe he was a person who never used to ask Allah Almighty for steadfastness, or maybe he was a person who never thanked Allah for it. It's got to be one of the two, he said. Maybe he never asked Allah for it. Maybe he had it, but he never thanked Allah Almighty for it.